Hey guys, it's Matt with Rotten Gaming, and I thought that I would go over with y'all some of the question and answers that they have from the live letter from the producer for Final Fantasy XIV. One of the big releases is going to be the dates and locations for the Fan Festival. Now, those are going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, London in the United Kingdom, and Tokyo, Japan. Las Vegas will be October 18th and 19th, London October 25th, and Tokyo December 20th and 21st. Now there is a link to the actual Q&A page that I have posted in the description, so please be sure to go down there if you want to see it in text format. And let's go ahead and start. The first questions dealt with Frontline, which is going to be new PvP content. And it was concerning, will it be easy to participate in Frontline even if you've never played PvP content before? And they said yes, it will be you'll be able to enjoy it very easily, even if you've never played PvP before. Everyone will be able to enjoy it. The maximum number of participants for Frontline is going to be 24 versus 24 versus 24, and that's going to be a total of 72 players, but they're still performing final stress checks, so that could change, probably not. Approximately, these battles will take about 30 minutes, and there won't be any role restrictions. You can change your classes or jobs at outposts. And the rewards that they have set for Frontline are going to be essentially the same rewards that they have at the Wolves' Den, and you'll be able to obtain also war mounts and elegant tombstones of soldiery, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of questions in here on the chocobo raising system, and the first one is, will it be separate from your companions? And they said no. The chocobo raising system will be implemented as a content in relation to your chocobo companion. They also asked how we would and where we would be able to raise them. And you would raise them in a stable that you get in your free company garden. And you'll be able to take care of and train them there. You'll be able to also raise your companions past rank 10. So there will be a way to break the rank cap at the chocobo raising system, which will allow you to go past those certain amounts of ranks that you've already got. So it is possible to be able to acquire all of these skills, which is pretty awesome. But you will not be able to raise more than one chocobo at a time, since it is related to the companions. But it did say that they're planning to expand content in phases, and in future phases they will be able to change your chocobo's feathers in patch 2.35, which is pretty cool. Next part is going to be considering the private chambers in free company housing. And it says that the size of your private chamber is actually not going to be based on the size of your free company house. So don't worry if you got a small house. You're still going to be able to have the same size private chamber as everybody else. They do not know how many items we're going to be able to place in the private chamber right now, but the items that you place in there will not take away from the items that you're allotted to put in your actual house. It says that the type of furnishings for the private chambers is going to be the same type that you can place indoors in the rest of the house. So placing, a big fountain that's meant for the outside is not going to fly inside your private chamber, but anything else that you can put inside the house is still pre-game. One cool thing is that the private chambers are also going to be slightly larger than one floor of a small-sized house, so they're going to be pretty big, and you can also craft inside them. Alright, next part is going to be on Crystal Tower. The new portion of Crystal Tower will be easy to participate in. They're going to make it so that everyone can enjoy it. There's still going to be that weekly loot restriction, so you're going to have to definitely plan that out as to which gear you want on each week. The level requirement, they still are in the midst of adjusting this, so they definitely haven't given us that yet. But they did say that it's going to be just armor, that accessories and weapons aren't going to be dropped by Crystal Tower, and that they're planning on the armor being level 100. They also asked, do we have any plans for making Crystal Tower a regular open world instead of an instance dungeon? And they said they don't have any plans on that at the moment. Some storyline questions. They asked if Yugidi's face will be revealed in patch 2.3, they said that it's a bit early for this. But they did verify that Yuguri and Thancred's new fighting style that we saw in the storyline from before is going to be the rogue and ninja. So it's going to be really nice to see how that fits in with the story. Other famous Final Fantasy characters, such as Gilgamesh, making an appearance. They don't have anything planned for right now, but they do have that stuff in the works for the future, which is going to be pretty nice. Next one is going to be Grand Company ranks and Free Company ranks. They're planning to make new ranks in the future, but they want to make these ranks available alongside new content so that Free Company members will be able to reach these new ranks with the goal in mind. So I don't think it's going to be coming in at least the next patch or two, but it does. They do say that they have it in the works. The only beast tribe remaining is the Ixali, they said, and they will be adding these definitely in patch 2.35. The Ixali quests are going to be a little bit different because they're going to be focused on crafting, but completing all of the beast tribe quests will unlock a new quest, but that is all they're saying on that. Back to Frontline, they did say that that there will be monsters present in Frontline, but they're only going to slightly affect the battle. They're not really going to play that big of a that big of a part. Private chambers, again, they brought up how much it's going to actually require to unlock private chambers, and they said that you do have to be part of a free company that has a house, and that you must be a certain rank in your free company, but there's no definite say on what that rank is. But the cost is still being finalized, but they're thinking it's going to be around 300,000 gil, which isn't too shabby. They said that there's going to be a door on the first floor that will lead to your private chambers, and that there's going to be a window. So there's going to be a lot of room left for us to be able to further personalize our housing, which is pretty cool. If you leave your free company, they said that you're going to have to remove your private chamber first, and then you'll be able to leave your free company, and your private chamber will be removed that way. But in the future, they're trying to implement something where if you leave your free company, they'll just remove your private room. Crystal Tower, we had heard that there was going to be a ability to preform the alliances before we go into Crystal Tower, but they said that due to large-scale changes that they're making on the Duty Finder, they're not going to be able to implement this until patch 2.35. But at least there's going to be some high-level gear. We know that's going to be pretty awesome. The unidentified Allegan Tomestones and Sands of Time and Oils of Time, they're planning on making those drop rates approximately 30%, but they're not going to include all three of them at the start. They're going to definitely have those in portions, so which one's going to be at the dropped at the beginning, we really don't know, but they'll be in there, which will be a little bit easier than getting them through traditional means. Will there be any new elements in Crystal Tower where you'll need to split up the alliance? They said no. It's definitely going to be a all-for-one kind of thing where everybody's going to go together. They also asked if there's going to be any new content for the Hildebrand story, and they said that they had planned on adding a really fun and exciting battle, but that Gilgamesh is not going to be making another appearance. In the works is possibly seeing a story including Hildebrand's mother, but it's not exactly going to be in this next patch. They need to see a little bit more interest in it before they actually show her. Some other cool stuff is going to be Files of Fantasia. If you use one once you get married and change genders, since there's no restrictions on marriage and gender or race, the Eternal Bond is still actually going to be in place, so that's pretty cool. All of endgame content being 8 players, they were having some questions on whether they're going to have any light party content coming in the future. Like they said in the live letter, they are definitely working on giving us new content, and they would have to completely shift gears to be able to add new 4-player content. They said once things start to settle down, they'll look at adding some of that, but as of right now, that's not on the top of the priorities. They did give us a definite date for patch 2.3. They're planning for it to be on July 8th, 2014, so coming pretty soon. And a question about high-level recipes for crafters to be made at higher than item level 70. They did say that they are going to release some of these with patch 2.3, so crafters, watch out. It's going to be some new stuff for you to make. One last thing would be they asked a question about ability cooldowns and if there can be reset after you retry a dungeon after wiping. It says that there's not something that they're able to decide on the spot, but they will discuss it. I went over the things that I thought were important. I may have left a few things out, so make sure that you look down at the bottom where the description is, and I'm going to have a link to the answers for the questions and answers for this live letter from the producer. Thank you for joining in, and please like, subscribe, so that I can be making more of these videos. Have a great day.